What's up, Upland? This is Zarina, your Upland neighbor, bringing you the Upland update this Friday, March 1st. I've got a lot to talk to you guys about. I know it's been a bit, so hang in there and let's go ahead and jump into it. And if you haven't already, hit the like and subscribe. Yeah, I really need you guys to hit that subscribe. All right, let's look at the floor. So I've decided to do a comparison between today's floor and 1 year ago. There's some things that weren't around back in March 1st, 2023, and that I've highlighted in yellow so that you can see that comparison between now and December 1st. Looking at these properties, I've also gone ahead and put in the jailbirds in this city so that you can see if you're scrolling through the UPX floor or the dollar floor and you see any of these names, you know just to go ahead and skip over them. Looking at these people to see who's in jail and doing the floor this way does take up quite a bit of my time. So I really would appreciate if you haven't already hit that subscribe and given this video a like, that you do so because it costs you nothing and it really does help me out. So looking at the floor, I'm looking at Bakersfield, seeing that it did go up in Arlington. It has gone up quite a bit since March 1st, 2023. But down on the dollar side a lot, right? Like Bakersfield's down to $3, where that's like a 16% decrease. The Bronx is down 24%, and that's a pretty steep decrease for the Bronx. I remember it being way better than that. Brooklyn also seeing a very steep decrease, go down into the Detroit type of dollar price, $3.15. And Buenos Aires is not doing much better. Buenos Aires also has quite a lot of jailbirds, so it's kind of frustrating when you go looking for the floor there and you have to run through so many people just to get to the actual legitimate price. Looking at Chicago, it's not doing too big of a drastic change. It's kind of been within 5% here or there of where it was. So it's not moving drastically, but it's still disappointing to see Chicago at $3.15. Cleveland is pretty down. It used to be much better than Chicago. I used to be kind of perplexed. And you can see it's kind of gone down where Chicago is the dollar side, but it is still beating Chicago on the UPX side. Dallas has gone up on the UPX side a bit, but down 25% on the dollar side, only $5.24. And looking at Detroit, here's another place with a crap ton of jailbirds setting the UPX floor. So before you get to that 5,565, you have to go through a lot of players. So just kind of be aware of that. The floor is not always accurate. You do need to find out if people are in jail before you bet on what the floor is. Going on, there's a lot of red down here on the dollar side, right? So since last year, the dollar side has really decreased for a lot of cities. Most of the cities, I believe, have gone down. Kansas City actually gone up though on the UPX side and the dollar side. So that's one of the anomalies. Miami was not around in December nor a year ago, so it's in purple. And I'm just going to go ahead and keep this as our beginning baseline. Going down, you can see New Orleans also suffering on the dollar side, 25% loss. Lucelle's gone up, but that's also because I believe there were some people who were selling for like $100 before, and now those are gone. So that's definitely an increase for Lucelle. San Francisco, if you look at it, it's down 29% from a year ago. Yeah, it used to be so much better. And Santa Clara too is down. It used to be a lot better there too, the dollar side. And they're both down on the UPX side as well. So both of those cities could stand and do better. However, take a look at Rutherford. Rutherford was a place we saw going down to like $8 at some point, and now it's got itself back up to $23, whereas Manhattan is still struggling. It's not that far above Rutherford. It has not seen the same type of easy comeback. Rutherford's also up on the UPX side, back to 62,000, whereas Manhattan is at 78,000. So there's not a big difference between those two cities, but you would think Manhattan would be doing much better. So our last page for the floor is over here: Sao Paulo, Staten Island, Stockton, Tokyo, and Trenton. Stockton and Trenton are new, so they're the ones I don't have any other baselines for. Whereas Sao Paulo, lots of jailbirds here, and you can see the dollar side did go way down to $3.15. Tokyo should be in yellow because it's from December 1st, if this comparison is to. And you can see it's gone down as well. So what do we take away from the floors in Upland? I say what we take away is that most of these places are going to drop down as time goes by, because players get like more interested in something else. They want to make their epics elsewhere. They just want to cash out, but for whatever, they don't value it as much as they used to value it. The whole excitement of these new places wears off. So don't play to hold on to things too long. If you're trying to flip, you want to flip while that excitement is still there and hot. Get it while it's hot. That whole hot potato thing, get it while it's hot, because it will cool off. So knowing that can kind of help you play your strategy in Upland. All right, so is Upland still worth playing? Seeing all those red going down on the dollar side, you might think like, oh, it's not as fun anymore. It's not, it's not fun. It's not worth playing. They've nerfed treasure hunting. They've done this and that. But I will say, I actually do think Upland is still worth playing. So hang out with me so I can tell you why. And also, if you haven't started playing Upland, do scan that barcode and join with my referral code right now. There's also a referral code in the description that you can use to go ahead and spread out to your friends. Tell them to play this game, because we are rebuilding the world in this metaverse and it's fun. So let's go ahead and see what's fun about it. So what's so magical about Upland is the community. We are a very tight-knit group. It's super fun. We come out to Vegas for Genesis Week every year so far now. For the last 3 years, I think. Was it 3 years? 2 years. 2 years we've done it. This is the third year coming up that we're going to be in Vegas. I hope to be in Vegas, or wherever it's going to be. I hope to be there, because this is really what's great about the game. Like, they make you want to be with these people. If you want to hang out together, you want to come do everything Upland. This community makes it really fun. So I totally encourage everybody to get onto the Upland Discord so you can meet people who are in an Upland and talk with them every day and discuss Upland, everything, and have fun. It's also a great game for collectors still. There's lots of things to do in Upland as far as collecting goes, lots of assets that are cool to collect. We have UGC, Upland generated content, map assets that are really cool. We have collection areas. We have people working together to make their neighborhoods become collections now. So there's a lot of opportunities for people who just enjoy collecting, and especially like places like landmarks or places that are like really cool cities. Hell's Kitchen. You get gamified like opportunities. You get some, UPX earnings when you fill in these collections, and you can use that UPX for other things. So the collecting aspect of it is still really fun. Also, building properties I find super exciting. I think that this part of the game is really fun for people who are just creative or just like the idea of living in the metaverse, because soon interiors are coming, and I'm looking forward to that whole opportunity of going inside my structures and decorating them to represent my own, my own personality. So this, if you like gaming, if you were into things like, Farmland, The Sims, this is like those games on steroids. It's just much better because you can earn real money from playing Upland. You can also, like I said, make real friends playing Upland. So definitely the structure aspect, rebuilding the world and adding this architecture to the map is really fun. And along with that, they give you cool things to do with your properties now. So the whole Ornament Contest have beefed up the game, because now you can decorate your properties with cool structure ornaments and also earn points doing so. So I think that's made Upland continue to be worth playing. I always think spark hunting is great. So it hasn't gone away yet. People have complained about some things that have been done to spark hunting, but spark hunting still remains. So try to collect that spark is super fun. Spark is very, I think, lucrative as far as an asset in the game. And Sparklet's coming soon, where you can sell Sparklet on the Ethereum blockchain. So that whole thing, I think, is going to blow the game like to a whole different level. People are going to be coming in here and trying to get more Spark. And so Spark hunting right now is very exciting, because this is one way you can get Spark for free, but treasure hunting every day using your free, spawn-free treasure hunt. And there's still competitive hunting, it's just not online. So if you're on the mobile app, you can still competitive hunt, and that's still a great way to try to get that Spark. racing with or without stakes is in Upland. So this has brought cars more utility. It's like people are really enjoying using their cars, braking, being able to control a little bit of the speed in the racing now. That's more fun. But the stakes aspect has allowed people who own racetracks in Upland to earn from staked races. So now the people who are building these racetracks now are actually having a way to earn back, which is pretty cool for them. And pretty cool for people who like to race. And if you have a really fast car or you're a really good racer, this is now a cool way for you to earn in Upland. I also like the ability just to earn by saving my UPIX and not paying fees, because now I can use my car to travel between cities. So now Upland has brought the new private transportation ability, and this is pretty awesome. A lot of people are pretty stoked about this. You do have to have your car in the city that you're located to be able to drive it, so be aware of that. If you want to make sure you start moving your cars around now that you know that, might be a good chance or a good opportunity to start spreading your cars out so that you can use them from city to city. I am crazy fanatic about the entrepreneurship and creator opportunities in Upland. I think this is what makes it super exciting for me to play. It's one of the things that drew me in and made me keep waiting for what's to come. So pretty soon, now we already have a private transportation. Pretty soon we'll be using our trucks, and that's going to open up a big window for people to get paid to transport other people's goods, like their map assets. Which the map assets are super great. Now that we have Upland being able to let players generate these map assets, it's more fun for me. I have my own map assets shop. You can see this is one of my map assets over there to the left. That classic cornhole, the red bags version, is one of my map assets, and I designed it in Blender, and now I can manufacture it and sell it out of my shop. And this is something that Upland has allowed that I don't think a lot of games do, and to me, that's amazing. Also, there are people out there in the community who are helping people design assets so they can sell them out of their shops. So if you want a go-kart shop, like now there's the carts, that also is another aspect of Upland that's been, made super awesome. Like you can race your carts now, but you can also design carts, like as a user-generated thing. You can build your own cart and manufacture it in your shop and in your factory and sell it in your shop. So this is I think a whole other level. It's basically, to me, opened up I don't know, it feels like this is what I wanted Upland to be, where you can make our own things and sell them. But places like Ready Assets also has helped out players who don't have the time or maybe the skills to generate their own assets, but they still want to go into business selling those assets. So if you're a player who wants to build carts, you have a cart idea, or maybe have map asset ideas, do check out Ready Assets. There's their Discord QR code right there. Just scan it and head on over. They have great prices for people, and I highly recommend them. And I've used them for my own thing, so definitely check them out. That being said, I also want you to check out my shops. So owning Meta Ventures, like I said, is something I find really great about Upland, and you can do that yourself. You do have to have a structure on your property so that you can apply for whatever meta venture type you need. So that's another place where having Spark is useful, because that's what you need to build your own structures. You need Spark. So going back to spark hunting, keep that up, because you're going to need that. I also like that you can basically market your own businesses, even if it's your meta venture. So over here's my meta venture, but you can see it says Get Ornaments by Zarina's Art from Etsy. So I'm marketing my business, which is a real life business, using my meta venture shop. Right here you also see Zarina's Art, but also I'm just want to point out that having these structures on your property really increases the value. So there's another way, just if you want to be a builder, build a bunch of showrooms, build a bunch of factories, and increase and enhance the value and appeal of your property to other players. That's a strategy. So for me, I was willing to put out, because I wanted to get this showroom or whatever that showroom or factory. I think it's a showroom, but I wanted that. So that's what I think is really cool too, is people are enticed by the structures because they're interested in building their own businesses. That being said, guys, if you do shop and buy my Blue Rain, not just assets from my store, but you buy assets that I have designed personally, and I'm selling out of my Meta Ventures, you can get a free Metaverse memorabilia box, which I made and I hand make myself. You just send me your images that you want on your property cards, and I develop them for you and bag them up and put them in a nice little box for you to remember and keep as a memento. Just from shopping at my shop, you will get that real life asset. Okay, so back to Upland. Totems. This is another thing that's new this year. I keep saying another, but there's so many things, right? There's just so much. Totems are like the pre-life in Upland. They're not yet life forms. They're like our first stage to getting life in Upland, and it's been really great. Like the first cycle, when it was like a roller coaster, people had to figure it out. But you can get Protum, which is going to turn into your STEM 1-for-1, and STEM is going to be like the new Spark book for life forms. So being able to go ahead and compete right now by getting these totems is a good opportunity for people playing the game, and it's something that people are having fun trying to look forward to and play. So about Protum, how to make it from your totem is actually kind of complicated, and if you don't know what you're doing, you'll get really frustrated and your totem might die. This is why I highly suggest you go over to myupland.info the next cycle and find out what your totem needs to survive, because they tell you the optimal times. They give you exactly the right amount to feed your totems. It's invaluable. It's an invaluable resource if you want to keep your totem alive. So this is why you have to be on Discord, guys, because you won't learn this from the game. Like being on the app, people aren't going to be able to tell you these things. Maybe a new player chat, but not a lot of people would maybe even keep up with what's going on in new player chat. It's just too much there, and not a lot of old players are always in there. So Discord is really where you want to be. Go to the Upland official Discord, but also go to myupland.info if you have a totem. I won't keep giving this tip out, but if you're watching this video and you haven't found out about my.upland.info, is it my.upland.info? Yeah, I think it's either one. Oops, my bad. It's one of those. It's either myupland.info or my.upland.info. My bad. I'm not sure which one it is, but I have it twice, my dot, so try either one of those. It should work. All right. Other new things in Upland are the wearables, and you can also have user-generated wearables where people now have the ability to try to like mess around with that. Upland's got their Git book where you can try to figure out using the templates. So I'm actually working on designing my own Upland wearables because I would like to also put those out, and I think it's really cool, and I'm into designing clothing, which is why you should stop by my Etsy shop. There's the QR code, and do check out some of my stuff. My Top Boss brand, it's by me. Don't get it confused. It's not related to any other boss brands out there, just me, Top Boss. But I really could use your support, guys, if you just go ahead and comment right now, comment in my comments, Top Boss, hashtag not confused, because I am currently in litigation with Hugo Boss, trying to get my Top Boss brand approved as a trademark. All right, back to Upland. So more fun things. We have had live events this year. Lots of live events in these cafes that Upland has. These like different properties where we've actually been able to get together with our avatars. This is pretty cool, and it's getting better. In fact, Upland has the Community Central Plaza. It's pretty neat. Like you can go in there. People from the Upland Broadcast Network are in there doing shows throughout the week, and it's been a lot more fun. And you can jump around and hang out with people and dress your avatar up. So Upland's moving in the right direction as far as moving the metaverse along. And then we do have these Layer 2 games and experiences. There's so many out there now, guys. There's like so many that I'm having a hard time keeping up. I will say that Upland Kingdoms is one of my favorite. That's more my style. But these other games definitely have their own thing to offer. The Real Node LA is the only one that's an actual experience where you go and have like a virtual experience. You can go inside the Upland Cafe. You can go to Upland University. You can go see people's like cars on their Upland property structures. So the Real Node LA is quite unique and different from these other places. It's not really a game. It's more of like an extension to the community, which is pretty fun. I would say it's kind of the first real virtual indoor type of experience Upland had before they got their own nowhere. All right, so do check out these Upland games, and we have more to come. Last thing, guys, do check out the Upland Discord BSTS Assets channel. Lots of people go there to sell their things. You can catch a bunch of deals. But if you're looking to market your own property, this is also where you might want to go. If you're trying to sell your totems, if you're trying to sell your cars, if you're trying to swap and trade, this is where you want to be at on the Upland Discord channel, where they have the assets, BSTS assets channels. There's like a car channel, there's a totems channel, so many channels. Get on the Upland Discord. You will find the game much more engaging when you get involved in this community this way. All right, guys, that is it for me. I hope you enjoyed this update. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe. If you haven't already, you're just mean. You're just mean. Just saying. I'm just kidding. All right, take care, guys. Happy hunting.